Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're back on our 76 Trans Am project here at the shop. And we left off last time. We had our quarters welded on. We've got the rear body panel welded on. All the welds are ground down and cleaned up. And now we need to fit the roof up to the quarter and fix a little bit of rust repair there. So let me show you what we've got. So we've got everything fitting pretty decent here. The roof actually comes over and laps over the quarter here the way it's supposed to, and it lines up pretty good. We've got this rust here to fix, and what I'm wanting to do is I want to tie this in here and come all the way down and fix all of this here at one time when we weld that up. So what I've got is we repaired previously before we put this roof on a little bit of the inner structure here. This is this piece of sheet metal here that goes through. And so what I've done, and there's a little lip that goes here that's folded under as well. So I've got those two pinched together with a C-clamp here. And then in the back, I took a ratchet strap and hooked here to the roof and run that down to a hole there in the inner structure of the car. And we did that on both sides to kind of hold a little pressure there on the roof to keep it from moving. And then you can also see here back at the top, we've got some plug welds here to weld up on the inside as well. On both sides there has that. We've got a pretty good gap, but what ends up happening here, as you can see it, you know, this is a factory leaded seam here, and we melted the lead and stuff out, and we drilled out these welds when we took this roof apart. But what's happened is, and I've got a straight edge here, as you can see, there's a pretty good gap there, and I don't want to put that much filler back in there. Typically, you know, you could lead that back up. You could use a product that metal to metal or all metal filler if you wanted to. But I think what I want to do is I want to come in and actually fill that with a piece of sheet metal from here all the way up to this little line here, and that'll help. Once we weld that up solid, it'll help eliminate a lot less filler, which these areas of the car, every one of them that we've done, that little transition here from the quarter up to the roof, is always a little wavy from the factory. So we're going to take a little bit of time and try to straighten that out and make that a little bit better than it was. Same thing here. Again, got just a little bit of rust here that we can take care of as we're back here working and welding. But everything is looking pretty good, so let's go ahead and get all of that, start welding this back up, getting it tacked into place, and see if we can make this thing a solid car again. So here we are on the driver's side where the rust was. You can see we've got the old rust cut out. We've got a new piece fabricated to go in there. I'll show you that real quick. It fits up pretty nice like that. We got our plug welds to go back in, and then we'll weld that. And then the reason we've rounded these corners here is you actually end up with a little bit less heat. If you bring this out to a straight 90, which is a lot easier to cut out, but you end up with a lot of heat right here in this area, and you end up with a lot of warp. And we're trying to eliminate that. And then this roof, we'll have to take our time when we weld that up to kind of cut down and minimize our heat warpage. But we're going to go ahead and start tacking that into place and start welding the roof up here from the roof to the quarter, welding up some of those plug welds there to kind of make things a little more solid. And then we'll move on to the inside, and I think we'll go ahead and start welding our inner structure back in too.
Get down! 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 I'm from the south where it get hotter than Hades. Not a Mercedes, just a Chevrolet. Look to the future, drop the illusions. I'm a step away, stop the confusion. I had to break a heart like yesterday. Love don't cost a thing, but I need extra pay. My palms itching. It's a tradition for me to run it up. Your mom's kitchen might catch me whipping my wrist like double dutch. I doubled up ambition, doubled down my decisions, and told myself that I can't waste a minute till I'm 100 up. I feel like Omar, so either you get down or just get out the way. I feel like Omar, so either you get down or just get out the way. I think I'm here now. Blue lenses, my vision clear now. And red-headed stranger with queso, I think I'm weird out. Local lingo, bilingual, what you hear about? But when I get that look in my eyes, you better clear out. I feel like Omar, so either you get down or just get out the way. I feel like Omar, so either you get down or just get out the way.
All right, so I've got a piece cut here. We've got all of our grinding and stuff done here. I've also got, we're going to fill this in so that we don't have so much filler in here. So I cut a piece of, this is just 18 gauge sheet metal that we've kind of cut and shaped. And what I did is I took a straight edge and come in and laid in and figured out where my lowest point was. So I scribed a line there on that. And then as I fit this in, line that up there with the bottom, and I can kind of double check and make sure that everything lines up really good. And once that's welded and finished out, I think that's what we'll need there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tacked into place, and I'll have to do this, have to weld this real slow. So I'll probably bounce around welding this and while I'm welding on the other side, so we don't warp it as much.
Staying alive, I'm killing the journey. Feel something brewing inside of me. You don't know the whole story, what I had to do, and everybody doubted me. Yeah, I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt I was raised on. Know how to put in work. Grinding all day, you know it's game on. My skin is thick, yeah, it's tough. Running, yeah, we stay alive. Ain't gotta look nowhere else. All of this greatness inside. Don't think you're ready for this part. This is our moment, here we are. How could you be a star if you don't shine and you're afraid of the dark? Say you wanna be a big fish, but you can't swim with the sharks. Yeah, ain't phased, don't change. Still the same when the camera's off. Look smooth, but I'm going hard. Play it cool, but I'm going off. If you want it, gotta take it from me. I can show you who the best is. All stats, no questions. You just a check off the checklist. Don't think you're ready for this part.
Okay, so we've got all of the holes drilled for the dash panel, and right now I have it flipped upside down. There's a couple of things here that we had to take off of the old dash panel there. One being this little bracket here. Now this will rivet on into these two holes here and here on the back side, so this actually goes on this side here and rivets in. And then the other thing that we have is our vent plate over here, and I took these pieces off and we run them through the sandblaster. They had a couple of layers of paint on them, so we'll get those riveted back into place there. And I do want to show you one of the things that I didn't show you on camera. Now this is keep in mind, this is the bottom side, this is the driver's side. We did have to clearance this bracket right here just a little bit. Had to take off about 1/8 of that to get the dash panel to fit correctly. It was also hitting this area right here. This metal was poked out a little bit over here, so we come in here and pie cut that, hammered that back in, and re-welded this here to get everything to lay into place where it needed to be. So I've got all the holes drilled for that. I'm ready to put it on and weld it in, but before we do that, I need to come in and do all of my seam sealing inside on all my gaps on both sides. So we'll get that done first, and then we'll fit the new dash panel on and get it welded in. So I'm going to get the seam sealer done on here. This is just SEM's seam sealer. This is black. We're just going to go ahead and put some in here on this seam inside the wiper cowl area. Just apply that liberally, then I'm going to come back in and brush that. Hopefully I've got enough in this tube. This one was already opened. I think it's going to be just enough. So it's going to take a little, this is just a little throwaway acid brush that we use. You're going to come in here and brush that. That's kind of how this was in the factory. Just had a little brushed seam, a seam sealer. Doesn't have to be just pretty, just got to get the job done. Give me just a minute and I'll bring the camera around and I'll show you what we got. Get it worked in there really good. Try not to make a mess. All right, show you what we got. So this is it here. We just put this on the back side there, all the way down and up, and then we've done the same thing on the driver's side. Get you around there and I'll show you that. And just the same thing there again, Not pretty, but pretty much the way it was. And put a little bit there just to clean the brush out. So now we're ready to put the dash peaks back on. So let's get that done. All right. I really wished I could work that fast, but we condensed that down into a couple of minutes for you. But we got this welded in and all the welds ground down. And you've seen me hammering and dollying up here along this edge here. So I was holding my dolly there on the outside and coming in on the inside and making sure that my lip butted up real nice to the new panel there. So we got all of that done there. Like I said, we've got our bend plate back in and our other little bracket pop riveted back on. So got a pretty good bit of progress done today. We got that done. We finished up tying in the roof and the quarter panels. So at this point, we have a somewhat solid car. And I say somewhat because of the floor. So that's our next project. I think I'm going to kind of be wrapping this one up here, and we'll come in next. We'll start stripping all of our tools and stuff out of out of the floor there, and getting it ready to where we can put the new floor in, which that means we will have to pull the motor, transmission, subframe out of the front and disassemble that. We'll pull the rear end, rear axles and stuff out, and get this thing down to the bare shell. We'll get the body put up on some jack stands and get some temporary bracing welded in so nothing moves, and continue on with this project and actually make it 100% solid again. So it's looking way better from where we started, though. Pretty excited. You remember all of the rust over here if you've watched my previous videos. If not, be sure to go back in and check it out. We've got a full build from start to finish on this, but all of this area here was completely rusted out, all the way down into the inner structure that we repaired and replaced. Of course, you've seen all the rust on the quarter panels and how they were damaged. Had been patched in back here on the lower sections. Had rust back here on the tail panel, all the way around the bottom. Remember, they had previously, somebody had come in and completely tried to patch in a new section, kind of at a diagonal there on this quarter. So we've gone away with all of that, and everything is looking way better. And we did the T-top swap. This was originally a hardtop car, so if you missed that video, we did swap this out from a hardtop to a T-top, and so a lot has been done. Still got a long ways to go before we can call this one done with the metalwork. Like I said, floor's up next, and then we've still got to put mini tubs in it. So, you know, at the end of the day, won't be a whole lot left original on this car, but it's looking pretty good. We're excited about it. Appreciate you following along. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Till next time, see ya.